What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Yeti Express DFS podcast. We're going to go over our bracket for the bracket challenge. I am a guy that covers daily fantasy, which I will give you an offer at the end of this video. But for now, we're just going to make some picks. First round, Duke over the winner of NDSU and NCCU. I think that's North Carolina Collegiate or something like that. VCU over UCF. Liberty over Mississippi State. Virginia Tech over St. Louis. The reason why I like Liberty is I'm just not high on Mississippi State, and there's always a good 12-5 matchup, so I'm going to take Liberty in that one. Belmont Temple against Maryland. I'm going to take the winner of Belmont and Temple. I'm expecting it to be Belmont, but you never know. LSU and Yale. Like LSU. They were a team that was pretty good this year out in the SEC. Yale's kind of dangerous, but I'm going to stick with LSU. I thought the SEC was pretty strong this year. Minnesota, Louisville. I'm going to go with Minnesota. I'm from Minnesota, so I'm going to stick with my boys. I have to take that one. Michigan State, Bradley. We're going to go Michigan State. Gonzaga versus, I have no idea who either one of those teams are, so we're taking Gonzaga. Syracuse and Baylor. We're going to go Syracuse. Marquette and Murray State. I'm going to go with Marquette. A lot of people are going to pick Murray State. Durant Murray is one of the best players in college basketball. He's going to be a great NBA player, but I think Marquette just finds a way to shut him down. And outside of that, I don't like anyone on Murray State. Florida State, Vermont. I'm going to go Florida State. Buffalo against Arizona State in the winner of St. John's. Neither one of these teams should have been in the tournament. They both made it. So a lot of times when that happens, I like to pick those teams just because I feel like they're playing for something. Remember, it happened a few years back with Syracuse. They weren't supposed to make it. They got in, and they ended up going to like the Sweet 16 or something. So, but I'm going to go with Buffalo. Buffalo's a team that I've been high on all year. I think they have the best record in college basketball. They were like 30-3 or something like that. Texas Tech and Northern Kentucky. We're going to go with Texas Tech. Florida and Nevada. We're going to go Nevada. Nevada is another really good team. Weak schedule, so they didn't grade out all that well in the tournament's mind or in the bracket committee. But Nevada, pretty good team. I like them. Michigan, we're against Montana. We're going to go Michigan. I'll flip to the other side here. Out south, we're going to go with Virginia over Gardner-Webb. We're going to go with Ole Miss over Oklahoma. Wisconsin and Oregon's a tough one for me. This is a really good matchup. Oregon's coming in pretty hot. I'm going to go with Wisconsin, though. I just like them a little better. Kansas State, UC Irvine. This is going to be a popular one, but I'm going to go with UC Irvine. Kansas State was really good this year. They won the Big 12. They won the Big 12 tournament. I just always like the Anteaters, though. Villanova, St. Mary's. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with St. Mary's. We need a few more upsets here. Nova coming off national championship last year. Good coach in Jay Wright, but St. Mary's is playing really good. They just beat Gonzaga. Purdue and Old Dominion. I'm not really high on Purdue. Old Dominion's a team I normally like in the tournament, but we're going to stick with Purdue. Cincinnati and Iowa, we're going to go Cincinnati. Tennessee and Colgate, we'll go Tennessee. Tennessee is a team that scares the hell out of me. They're a team that could win the whole tournament, and they could lose in the first or second round. Like, they're that volatile. North Carolina and Iona, we're going to go with North Carolina. Washington and Utah State, we're going to go with Utah State. One thing about Utah State that's nice to know is they're the best free throw team free throw shooting team in the country, so that really helps with what they're doing late in games. Auburn and New Mexico State. We'll go with New Mexico State. Auburn's a team that just won the SEC championship. They just killed Tennessee, but New Mexico State's one of the best teams out west. Not too many people know about them. They're a pretty good squad. Kansas and Northeastern. Another good matchup in a 4-13. We're going to go with Kansas, though. Iowa State over Ohio State. Houston over Georgia State. Houston's another team with a really good record. Not kind of flying under the radar a little bit. Had a great season this year. Watched a little bit of them. Wofford and Seton Hall. We'll go with Wofford. Kentucky and Albine Christian. We're going Kentucky. We'll swing it back over to the other side of the board. We'll continue making picks here. So you got Duke and VCU. We're going Duke. Liberty and Virginia Tech. We're going Virginia Tech. Belmont, LSU is what I expect it to be. Temple could beat Belmont. You never know, but we're gonna go with LSU here. Minnesota, Michigan State. That's where my Gophers end their run. Michigan State. Gonzaga, Syracuse. We're going Gonzaga. Florida State, Marquette. We're going Florida State. Buffalo and Texas Tech. We're going Texas Tech. Nevada and Michigan. I think this is where we can start getting cute with our bracket here. We're going to go with Nevada. Back to the other side, Virginia against Ole Miss. We're going Virginia. Wisconsin, UC Irvine. We're going to go Wisconsin. St. Mary's and Purdue. We're going to go Purdue. Cincinnati and Tennessee. We're going to go Tennessee. North Carolina, Utah State. North Carolina. New Mexico State, Kansas. We're going to go with New Mexico State again. Iowa State and Houston. We're going Houston. Kentucky and Wofford. This is a really, really interesting matchup. Wofford was one of the best teams in the country from a record perspective, but they don't play anybody. It's going to be an interesting game. The three-point shooting in this game, it will be very interesting. Wofford shoots the ball really well from three. Kentucky doesn't shoot threes well at all. Kentucky struggles defending the three. Wofford shoots it well. We're going to go with Wofford. In the round of 16, we're going to go Duke and Virginia Tech. We're going Duke. Michigan State, LSU. We're going Michigan State. Gonzaga, Florida State. We're going Gonzaga. Texas Tech, Nevada. We're going Texas Tech. Virginia, Wisconsin. We're going Virginia. Tennessee and Purdue. We're going to be going with Tennessee. North Carolina and New Mexico State. We're going North Carolina. Wofford, Houston. We're going Houston. In the Elite Eight, Duke, Michigan State. We're going Duke. Gonzaga, Texas Tech. We're going Texas Tech. Virginia, Tennessee. We're going Virginia. North Carolina, Houston. We're going North Carolina. Final four, we got Duke, Texas Tech, Virginia, North Carolina. We're going Duke. They're going to have them play North Carolina. And in the national championship game, our winner is going to be Duke over North Carolina. Well, alrighty, guys, there's my bracket for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Let's go with your favorite low seed to make a run. My favorite low seed to make a run is either Wofford or Nevada. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm someone that covers daily fantasy sports. If you are into daily fantasy sports, I'm going to leave a link in the description below where you can try out Daily Fantasy Sports Tools 30 days for $1 by clicking my link in the description below. I hope you guys have a great time with the bracket. This is the best time of the year. I love basketball. I cover NASCAR. I cover MLB. I cover golf. I cover football. So if you're into sports at all, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Alrighty, guys, we'll have fun with your March Madness brackets this year.